A commercial plane from Dubai to London is hijacked by seemingly normal people with unknown motives. As police on the ground brace for worst-case scenarios, Sam Nelson, played by Idris Elba, attempts to take control of the situation using his experience and skills as a professional negotiator. Hijack, which recently wrapped up its first season, is a wildly underappreciated show brought to us by Jim Field-Smith and George Kay, who also brought us the fantastic show Lupin over on Netflix. Somehow the show's only been viewed by 50,000 people over on IMDb and 7,000 people on Letterboxd. Yet the small number of people who did watch it gave it really good ratings at 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb and 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I only watched this show by stumbling upon it late one night when I was clicking through all my different streaming apps looking for anything to watch, and I just stumbled upon it. Someone did a really bad job marketing this show. None of my friends have seen it. I never see any YouTube videos about it. I haven't seen any Reddit posts or Twitter posts or anything on the internet about it. Honestly, it's a bit weird how nobody seems to know about this show. At only 7 episodes in length, one for each hour of the flight that you're watching, I felt like the pacing here was great. We didn't have to endure any of those fluff episodes that you typically get out of a show right there in the middle of the season that don't really add to the story and they're just there to kind of extend things.
So you're chasing around a fly, and in your world, I'm the idiot.
Those don't happen here. Each episode was just as intense and heart-pounding as the one before it. The showrunners here knew exactly how to write a compelling story with multiple equally interesting storylines all running alongside each other and coming together beautifully for a riveting finale. Now, I certainly don't want to spoil anything, and don't worry, I'm not going to, but I do want to say that this isn't the show that you would expect with this title and with this plot. I went in expecting a relatively simple and straightforward story, but what I got simply blew me away. Each episode averages a rating of 7.5 to 8.1, which is really good to carry throughout an entire series. Typically, we don't see that kind of consistency throughout a whole season, so I think that these user reviews just go to prove that this show really is worth watching. And while the storytelling is remarkable, I think the best thing about the show and what really elevates the overall experience is the abundance of complex characters.
5 passengers on that plane do not exist.
A network running all across Europe.
There are 200 people on this flight. If they try something, and then this plane goes down, I don't get home to my family. Let me make you an offer.
This isn't just some surface level story leveraging the same tropes we've seen 1,000 times in other shows and movies about hijackings. It's the nuanced characters with their motives and their imperfections and their depth that make this show absolutely shine. And with Idris Elba being the only really big name actor here, I was expecting most of the focus to be on him and his performance, and he is the main character, so he's got a lot of screen time. There's 5 to 10 other characters here with really interesting and compelling stories that really draw you in and make you hyper interested on how things play out for them and how they contribute to the overall story. In most cases, I actually found them far more interesting and a far better contribution to the overall story than the main character. It's shows like this, shows that open up loop after loop with multiple interesting character arcs that rise above the rest, and I feel like Hijack executed it all perfectly. So why is this show so unrecognized, underappreciated, and unknown? Well, probably because it's on Apple TV and not something like Netflix, which I think is a real shame. If you've watched any of my other videos where I review or break down streaming services, I have said time and time again that Apple TV is cranking out some incredible content. In my opinion, some of the best shows we've gotten over the past several years have come from Apple, and Hijack is just another great example of what you can get on this service. So if you're still on the fence about Apple TV, I implore you, just give it a chance. Sign up for 1 month. It's one of the cheapest platforms out there, and with Netflix consistently raising prices like they just did again, why not give this one a shot? I pretty much guarantee if you'll go check out Hijack, Severance, Silo, Foundation, you're gonna have a hard time saying that you didn't get your money's worth. And if you are an Apple TV user, I'd love to hear what your favorite shows are on this platform, just in case I've missed any. All right, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.